Today, I'll be walking you through some of the top e-com brands and what they're doing well with email, as well as what they're not doing well and how I would improve upon it. I'm Nikita, and let's jump right into the video. So first off, we have Bluemercury. And if you're not familiar with Bluemercury, they're a big CPG as well as makeup and skincare based brand. Think of Sephora, but better. So they came out with an email recently called Dr. Diamond's Medicine. Now, first off, this headline is very, very basic. I don't know who Dr. Diamond is. I don't know what he looks like. And at the same time, I don't know what Medicine is. I'm sure other people and people that are in the know what Medicine is. Now, the reason why I'm critiquing this right off the bat so seriously is because the most important thing when it comes to email is having a great above the fold section. That above the fold section is the first thing people see. As we scroll through the email, we do find out who Dr. Diamond is. And I think this photo right here would have been a way better headline or a better header image rather than just these three products. I know they're trying to focus a lot more on brand heavy, but the thing is when you go so brand heavy, that's when you start to alienate some customers and less of a connection between the brand and the customer. So we want to have that actual face on here showing off that product, maybe a little bit more closer image of him showing the product, because right here, if we look at it, he's just kind of like holding it up like this. The next thing is there's a 2-layered free 12-piece Mother's Day gift set when you spend blah, 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 blah. I tend to see that when you only have one bar and just a one-line simple call to action, that's when it works the best. When you try to stack it and layer it and add more information, it works a lot worse because there's so much information at the top of the line. You kind of have to like squint to see it, and it just doesn't work well. So I would have just did free 12-piece Mother's Day gift set when you spend $250 plus. Medicine Man, Dr. Jason B. Diamond MD FACS, is a Beverly Hills based double board certified plastic surgeon. That is so hard to read. I would just simplify that a little bit. I would just write about Dr. Diamond's collection, mainly because that sounds more personal rather than just about the collection. I love working with Bluemercury. Now, this is a very basic headline. What they could have done is, I loved developing this for you with Bluemercury. That sounds, again, more personal, a way better connection. And I think this quote is a little bit lengthy. Because of our shared dedication to advancing skincare education and their support of science-based brands and have clinical proof, I'm grateful. I think this is very wordy. I would dumb it down a little bit. It's not that it needs to be dumbed down. It's more so that it'll have a higher readability rate and more people will understand what they're saying with simpler words. So when you dumb things down, most people have a 5th grade reading level, and we'd want to capture as much of an audience as possible to understand this quote. The last thing I noticed with this email is the call to action. The only call to action is all the way at the bottom where it says shop all Dr. Diamond's Medicine. At least it's personalized, but I would have included it within this header image. Again, above the fold, super important, and you want to have that call to action featured there. Moving on to Fractal Forest. They're a supplement company that helps with focus and all good things. We're starting off with the above the fold section of this guy doing almost a backflip, leaning backwards, saying, "Wake up, recharged, no coffee needed." Great headline. I think it's very pain-based. So people don't like there's a big thing against caffeine these days. And in this case, like if people are not caffeine focused, like this is great. And waking up recharged is what everyone wants to feel like. Not everyone feels like they want to get out of the bed in the morning and start doing everything. So great headline, but this image is a little bit irrelevant. I don't think this is how I feel when I feel recharged. I don't feel like I want to bend my back all the way backwards like I'm doing a bridge. And another thing is there's a missing call to action. So I would definitely include a call to action here, or try and reintegrate this wake up recharged within this image and then have a call to action here. Or there's a lot of negative space in the sky, like in this area right here. So having the call to action and this headline be in there, I think would have been wonderful. What if you could start every morning alert, energized, no coffee required? Our adaptogenic blends like Himalayan Shilajit and Go State drops are crafted naturally to boost your AM energy and focus. Now, I think this is where they should have cut it off, because this is so long. Everything else could have been divided into a step-by-step process with like an icon next to it, because that would be a lot easier to digest with the information that's given, because right now I'm looking at a paragraph and I don't want to read it. All I'm seeing is Shilajit ghost state drops. That's it, which is great, but could be improved. Next up is the call to action. Black on blue tends to blend in very easily, and when it blends in, it's a lot harder to see, especially with this gradient call to action. So I would have picked a solid color here. And now we have a testimonial section here, and it took me a minute before reviewing this video to even figure out that it's a testimonial, because I wouldn't understand what's going on. This looks like some sort of up close photo of like some sort of crystal. Then you have a blurry photo of a bottle, and then you have a product photo. So it wasn't until the last one that I'm like, okay, cool, this is a testimonial. Everything else is just hard to understand and hard to see. I don't know if this is the type of design language that they have, but it's confusing me, an email marketer who looks at emails every day. It's definitely confusing the rest of their customer base. I would have started off with the quotes at the top rather than just saying go state, blah, 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 5 stars, Maddie. And I would have probably put the 5 stars at the top rather than at the bottom. Changing up the imagery, also a big thing. Now we have a photo of clouds, which is okay. I guess they're breaking up the product sections, but I don't know how relevant this photo of clouds is to whatever else they're doing. The wisdom of the earth manifested into storm. This sentence is giving me a brain aneurysm. I'm not gonna lie, and it's mainly because of the font that they're using. I understand it's part of their logo, but I think this one needs to be kept in the closet just for the logo, because it's hard to see and hard to read. And speaking of things that are hard to read is this next paragraph. It's a little bit all over the place. The spacing is so weird. I don't know what they're trying to do with this space. Fractal Forest is a plant tech research collective founded on like, this is just so hard to read. Again, giving me a brain aneurysm. I don't understand what the purpose of this is. Like, is it just to increase the spacing for some reason and make it full width? And then it has Earth Tech that's just outside of the main paragraph. Like, what are we doing here? There's a lot of room for improvement here, just for conversion's sake. Like, if it's on brand, sure. But would you rather have on brand or something that makes you money every time you send it? As a company, as a business that makes money, I'd choose the latter. The former is just pretty, which in this case, it's pretty, but I doubt it converts very well. Next up is Vitali. And Vitali is a men's jewelry wear brand that specializes in stainless steel bracelets, necklaces, rings, etc. Now here they have 3 days only, BOGO 25 off, 3 days only. So I like this headline a lot. Fantastic. It's blue. It's blue on white is bold and it sticks out. So I like that a ton. Buy one, get one, 25 off bracelets. And the bracelets are very shiny, contrasting on this guy's skin. So I love how this is pictured already. Now the only thing that's missing is that call to action. Come on, let's have a call to action somewhere here. Maybe increase the size of this man so that way on the edges it goes to his like shoulders / triceps, and then have a call to action squeezed in there. Buy any select bracelet, get 25 bucks off until Sunday. BOGO bracelets, shop BOGO 25 bracelets. So call to action is great. The offer is great. I would have just included this coupon code in the URL, and I would have just said click here to get the $25 off, or the BOGO $25 bracelets, just so that way it's easier and it's already integrated in your URL code. Then we have some products. Fantastic. The only thing I would exclude is the actual price tag. Jewelry brands and including price tags is something that's a contention in the marketing space. I personally believe if you're selling jewelry, you should not include the price tag, because the whole point is to get them off the email onto your website, and the website is what sells them on the product. So this just reduces the amount of people clicking and going onto the website. Or if you are including the price, I would actually have a strike through and then the new price on. It's like after BOGO, or yeah, something like that. Shop BOGO 25 bracelet. I would probably switch up the call to action a little bit. Not sure about your size. Our sizing guide below. No more guesses or heartbreak. Find your bracelet size. Yeah, I would just switch up a few things, and for the most part, it's pretty well put together compared to some of the other ones we looked at. Now, at the end of the day, email is not the sexiest topic to talk about. There's technical things in the deliverability side or specific email design tips and tricks that we can talk about, but it is one of the most tried and true marketing channels that's ever been out there, because you own your list, you're not on rented land, and you have full control over what gets sent to your audience and how you can convince your audience to be buying your product. And if you don't build it right, you start to hit a ceiling very, very quickly, and it is one of the cruxes that stops you from scaling your business. So here's what you can do. Click the link down in the description, set up a free audit with myself and my team, and I will personally show you exactly all of the opportunities that are within your account and where the money sits, and how to help extract that money with the proper email strategies that I help teach on this YouTube channel. And with over 50 success stories and more than $30 million generated in email revenue, you could be the next one. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe down below. And I made a video right here that I think you're gonna absolutely love. I'm Nikita, and I'll see you in the next one.